In this video, we will talk about hotkeys. Click on the Wheelhouse 2 charting program, click on Simulator, advance to the charting screen. Here's my simulated vessel. I want to zoom up and I want to move that vessel over to a straighter part of the route. Let's say we're over here. And then once the cursor is positioned for the measurement tool, press enter, click on set on location, and now the vessel has been moved over here. I want to use the right arrow to point it out to sea. Zoom down a bit. Okay, hotkeys. If you press H, you'll see a list of hotkey assignments. This is where you can take a particular function that appears in this list and assign it to a particular key. You select it and then the item that you're interested in, and you can remove the hotkey, set the hotkey to a particular key binding. Here's the available key bindings and so forth right there. And so let's cancel out of that. We're not going to change anything. By default, some of the key bindings are already set. You could change them if you want to. Some are not set. Notice this one is not set. Let's consider each one of these other than traffic monitor. We've already done traffic monitor in a previous video. So let's look at knots planner ETA waypoint. It's assigned to E. So if I press E, I can put in the number of hours that I would like it to take me to reach the currently selected ETA waypoint, which is right here, which is the last waypoint on the route. It's 34.9 nautical miles away. If I want to be there in 6 hours, calculate required speed, then it's 5.8 knots I need to make to get there in 6 hours. Let's say I change this ETA waypoint. I press F8 and I want to change it to, let's say, buoys 25 and 26. Notice it changes here. That's going to be 20 nautical miles away. Press E. I want to be there in 3 hours. Calculate required speed. I should make 6.9 knots to get there in 3 hours. Now let's suppose that I have another vessel. Let's put another vessel on here. If you simultaneously push the left mouse button and the right mouse button on a laptop, it will cause this screen to appear. If you're on a desktop, it's the center button that you push. So let's put another vessel there. Let's make it an AIS vessel. Give it some heading, and let's. So now we have this other vessel. And if we were to select the vessel, we automatically get the intercept circle. This is the circle within which we'll meet the other vessel. And so let's give our own vessel some speed. Right? We haven't given it, so use the up arrow. Notice here, speed, it's got 1 knot. Let's give it a little more speed. Notice how the intercept circle moves out as we give more speed to our own vessel. Now, it looks like maybe my remote vessel, I've gotten it a little too close. So what I'm going to do is put another vessel on here that's a bit further away. Okay, and I'll select the, that's not the type of vessel I want. Let's make it that type. And then, so now if I select this vessel, here's the intercept location. Let's say I really wanted to intercept it right here. So I double left click and get in a long route waypoint. And if I press E, I'll get the knots planner. And it says intercept Austin test 4 at this location. Push that button. I need to make 14 knots to intercept it right there. If I click knots planner, I get the exact same screen as if I push the hotkey, which is E. So that's an illustration on that particular hotkey function. Let's look at another hotkey function, the next one. T is very similar to the function we just showed. In other words, if I press T, I get the exact same thing as I did if I pressed E. It's just a little shorter way to get there. Well, in effect, it's 2 ways to get to the same spot. Now let's go to the hotkey list. Press H, and then here's another function. Toggle remote vessel vectors. So that's Alt V. So I'm going to press Alt V. Notice how the remote vessel vectors went off. This is something you might want to use if you're docking. You don't want to see the vectors, the cog vectors for the tugboats, and you just press Alt V. I notice that there's that audio that goes with that. And I don't think we really need that, but that's the way it is right now. Press H, and then here's a toggle docking arrows. This is not assigned to a key, but you can see that you could assign it to a key. Here's S57 data under the cursor. Now normally if you press Shift left click to see what object is underneath the cursor. Let me zoom down here a bit. Here's a buoy, and if I Shift left click, it says that's a beacon lateral. But I could just hover the cursor and press W and get the same answer. So that's a little quicker way to get there. You don't have to click the mouse to get there. Go back to the list. Deselect all vessels. It could be assigned if you have a lot of vessels selected, and when you select a vessel, see how this vessel has the red box around it? That means it's selected. Could have a lot of them selected, and then there would be intercepts computed for each one of them. But if you wanted to get rid of the selection all at once, then you could have a hotkey assigned to that, which is this right here. Which let's see, actually, this one right here. Currently, there's nothing set to that. Toggle feet and meters could be assigned to a hotkey. Toggle knots and miles per hour could be a hotkey. These are options that you can get to on the F5 screen, which is a longer way to get there. Show the hotkey dialog is H. That's what we've been doing to show this dialog. Then override the vessel info is Alt O. Let's say that for your own vessel you wanted to change a particular, so you press Alt O, and here are all the vessel particulars for your vessel. That's shorter than pressing, for example, F6 and then override. You get the same screen, but the hotkey gets you there quicker. The last one is display system events, and it's Alt E. And if you press Alt E, then you can see that here's an interesting event. This is used for diagnostics. It says position jumped 1,090 meters at 12:32. Yes, that's when I moved my position for that one vessel, that remote vessel. I moved it, so that it got reported here. So that's a pilot, if he's looking for a particular, or a Raven technical person looking for a particular type of event, could turn this on, and then he can write whatever's in this window out to a file and so forth. Okay, so that's hotkeys.